will play 100,000 times on cable and who knows how many million times on social media. There are a number of people who claim that Mr. Trump is a con man, a fake. Thank you.
I'm sorry, but this is what a real Republican looks like. For you stupid ass Americans.
There's plenty of evidence that Mr. Trump is a con man, a fake. Mr. Trump has changed his positions, not just over the years, but over the course of the campaign. And on the Ku Klux Klan daily for 3 days in a row. We will only really know if he's a real deal or a phony if he releases his tax returns and the tape of his interview with the New York Times. I predict that there are more bombshells in his tax returns. I predict that he doesn't give much of anything to the disabled and to our veterans. I predict that he told the New York Times that his immigration talk is just that, talk. And I predict that despite his promise to do so, first made over a year ago, that he will never, ever release his tax returns. Never. Not the returns under audit, not even the returns that are no longer being audited. He has too much to hide. Nor will he authorize the release of the tapes that he made with the New York Times. If I'm right, you'll have all the proof you need to know that Donald Trump is indeed a phony. Attacking me, as he surely will, won't prove him any less of a phony. It's entirely in his hands to prove me wrong. All he has to do is release his back taxes like he promised he would, and let us hear what he said behind closed doors to the New York Times. You know, Ronald Reagan used to quote a Scottish philosopher who predicted that democracies and civilizations wouldn't last much longer than a couple hundred years. And John Adams wrote this: "Remember, democracy never lasts long. It soon wastes, exhausts, and murders itself. There never was a democracy yet that did not commit suicide." That's John Adams. I believe that America has proven these dire predictions wrong for two reasons. First, we've been blessed with great presidents, with giants among us. Men of character, integrity, and selflessness have led our nation from the very beginning. None were perfect. Each surely made mistakes. But in every case, they acted out of the desire to do what was right for America and for the cause of freedom. The second reason is because we're blessed with a great people. People who at every critical moment of choosing have...
Why can't Republicans give us somebody like this guy this time around? I understand
These two things are related.
He lost, but why not run again, Mitt?
Time and again have called on us to rise to the occasion.
Mitt Romney, why not run again?
Asked us to consider what we could do for our country. Lincoln drew upon the better angels of our nature to save the Union. I understand the anger.
I know a lot of you motherfuckers not even watching this shit, didn't watch from the beginning.
In the past, our presidents have channeled that.
You on YouTube, motherfucker.
Forged it into resolve.
Google the shit and watch this shit.
And into the will to defeat the enemies of freedom. Our anger was transformed into energy directed for good. Mr. Trump is directing our anger for less than noble purposes. He creates scapegoats and Muslims and Mexican immigrants. He calls for the use of torture. He calls for killing the innocent children and family members of terrorists. He cheers assaults on protesters. He applauds the prospect of twisting the Constitution to limit First Amendment freedom of the press. This is the very brand of anger that has led other nations into the abyss. Here's what I know. Donald Trump is a phony, a fraud. His promises are as worthless as a degree from Trump University.
Man, keep it 100. All you stupid ass motherfuckers out there support Donald Trump, give us this motherfucker, man.
He's playing the members of the American public for suckers. He gets a free ride to the White House, and all we get is a lousy hat. His domestic policies would lead to recession. His foreign policies would make America and the world less safe. He has neither the temperament nor the judgment to be president, and his personal qualities would mean that America would cease to be a shining city on a hill. I'm convinced America has greatness ahead, and this is a time for choosing. God bless us to choose a nominee who will make that vision a reality. Thank you, and God bless you all.
God damn, man. I ain't played the whole goddamn thing. This was half.
Extraordinary moment. Mitt Romney, the last Republican nominee to be president of the United States, just going after the man right now, the leading candidate to be the next Republican nominee. He called Donald Trump a phony, a fraud. He said America would be less safe,
man,
Trump, less prosperous.
You know what, man? Google this shit, man. Watch the whole thing, man. I'm sorry.
Sure seemed that that's exactly what he was describing. Basically saying
this is what you motherfuckers gave us. This is what you motherfuckers gave us, man. We're gonna have, this is what we're gonna have. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton.
Bring in our is here with us, David Callahan.
Dumb motherfuckers, man. Shout out A-Bond, though.
Who's a former spokesman for Mitt Romney's president.
A-Bond, the biggest Donald Trump supporter. You know what? I said I wanted to address TGC members more, but
Donald Trump taking him on
A-Bond
on his tax returns on the Muslim ban.
I'm just gonna let y'all marinate on that shit, man.
With Jake Tapper,
KKK.
specifically, his bankruptcies, his vague prescriptions for how to replace Obamacare. That's not even all of it.
Right. I mean, on
how are you motherfuckers supporting Donald Trump? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm about to upload this video, and then what I'm gonna do after it is like upload a video on Obama. What's his name? Donald Trump rallies and shit he got going on in the rallies and just highlights of Donald Trump, man. Y'all watch my highlight video, man.